Hi there, Unitary Method. Well, before we get onto that though, obviously we've got a starter that's kind of related to what we're doing. And, well, I think the pictures are kind of self-explanatory, aren't they? There's the cost of 3 cans. I want to know what one is. You know, fill in the 3 missing amounts there. Pause the video, work them out, write them down, and unpause the video when you're done. You must have done, because we've unpaused the video. Right, well, if 3 cans are $2.55, well, presuming it's not some kind of weird shop that charges different amounts for different cans, it should presumably every can is going to cost the same. So whatever 3 cans costs, if I divide that by 3, then I get 1 can. So £2.55 divided by 3 is 85 pence. Or you might have written it down as, God, the writing really is bad today, £0.85. Either of those is absolutely fine. Right, bananas. There are 1, 2, 3, 4 bananas there, but only 1 here. So I need to divide by 4, which £1.68 divided by 4 is 42 pence. Or you might have put down £0.42. Okay, we've got 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 muffins here. Muffins. And we only want the cost of 1. Although, hang on a second. Actually, it tells us the price of 1, and I need to figure out the price of 5. Well, obviously, that's kind of more straightforward, isn't it? Because actually, I just need to make it 5 times bigger, because every muffin is going to cost exactly the same. So times it by 5, and I get a total price of £5.75. All I can say is that obviously not buying their muffins in Nero because they cost about twice that price. Anyway, moving on. Enough of me grumbling. Other cake shops are available. So this is the sort of thing we're going to look at today. So here's the sort of question, pretty straightforward. 5 cakes weighs... 5 cake weighs, that should be weigh, shouldn't it? Shouldn't be weighs. 5 cakes weigh 15 kilograms or kilograms. How much would 7 cakes weigh? So I know the weight of 5, I need to know the weight of 7. Now 5 and 7, one is not a multiple of the other. That's not easy to go between. So we need a different method. And it comes down to this. Now, unitary method, there is a clue in the name, and it's that bit of it, the unit part. Now, unit is basically one of something, 1 unit of it, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to find the value of 1 unit first. And now I've put value there, not cost, because like this one, there's no money involved in this. The value of this is how much it weighs. And this is how we're going to work it. We will know what 5 cakes weighs. Now we're going to find the value of 1 unit first. So I'm actually going to find the value of 1 cake. Once I know 1 cake, as we did with the muffins in the first bit there, obviously I can scale it back up to as many cakes as I like, because every cake we're going to presume is weighing the same amount. Or weighs the same amount. That was terrible English, wasn't it? So now we know that 5 cakes is 15 kilograms, and I've written it as a ratio here. I mean, you could use an equal sign, but I like using it as a ratio. Now, how do I go from 5 cakes down to 1? Well, look, there's my 15 kilos. I need to basically split it into the 5 cakes, don't I? What maths is that? Well, that's dividing by 5. Just, basically divide by itself. But whatever you do to one side of this ratio, you're obviously going to do to the other. Now, it's the cakes that determine what my maths is going to be, because it's the cakes that need to change from 5 to 7, and along the way they're going to go to 1. So 5 down to 1, and then back up to 7. I always write this side down first, because it shows me what maths I need to do. 5 divided by itself gets us to 1. So let's do that over here as well. So 15 divided by 5 is 3 kilograms, which I kind of said over here already. And then once I know the weight of 1, I can just times it by 7 to get to the 7, yeah, which is we also do on this side. Now 3 times 7 is 21. Now the trickiest thing, there you go, and that's the answer by the way. So 7 cakes will weigh 21 kilos. Pretty heavy cakes, got to be said. Now the trickiest bit about this is working out which is the thing that's going to do the scaling for you. Which side are you scaling from? Now, because I've got 5 cakes and 15 kilos. Now, I've got 2 bits of information there. but the question said how much is 7 cakes, so it's the cakes that determines what I'm going to, how I'm going to scale it. But too much of me talking. Let's do another question. Right, Jen runs 6 kilometers in 30 minutes. So I've got 6 kilometers, 30 minutes. That could be written as a ratio. If she runs at the same rate, because that's important, it needs to be at the same rate. She can't speed up or slow down. Every kilometer is going to take the same amount of time. How long would it take to run 11 kilometers? Well, let's write this down. First of all, 6 kilometers to 11 kilometers. So it's the kilometers that is the bit that I'm going to use to do my scaling. I'm going to start at 6, I'm going to go down to 1, and then back up to 11 afterwards. Okay? And that's going to tell me, determine what maths I'm going to do. Right, now 6, we know, is 30 minutes. It says so in the question. How do I go from 6 down to 1? Well, I divide by itself. Oh, yeah, sorry, there's my little graphic. 30 minutes, I'm going to break it into those 6 even kilometer chunks. Every kilometer here takes 5 minutes, right? So you divide by the 6. Let's do that on the other side as well. So 30 divided by 6 is 5 minutes. So every kilometer is 5 minutes. And then, of course, if I want 11 of those, I times it by 11. 11 lots of 5 is 55 minutes. Okay, so I knew which side was the scaling. I used that to tell me what maths to do. So 6 divided by 6 is 1, and then times it by 11 to get to 11. Right, I want you to have a go at this one on your own without me interfering. Pause the video, see if you can work out if 7 CDs cost this, how much 12 would cost, and then unpause when you're done. Okay, we've unpaused. So let's look. What have we got? We're going from 7 CDs up to 12. So it's the CDs that do the scaling. So we're going to go from 7 down to 1, back up to 12. And what bit of information do I have? I have that 7 costs £8.40. Okay, right. So 7 divided by itself will get me down to 1. So let's do that on this side of my little ratio. So £8.40 divided by 7 is, let's do that on my calculator, £1.20. Go into this. Just check I got that right. Yep. So £1.20. And then how do I get up to 12? Well, you just bounce it back up again, don't you? Every CD is going to cost the same. It's all in proportion. So I need 12 lots of 1.2, which on my calculator is £14.40. So we scaled it down to 1 CD and then back up again. Hopefully you got that one right. If you didn't, think about what you got wrong and then apply it to this question here. You could always go back a bit on the video and check it out. Right, again, 6 oranges for this amount. How much would just 5 cost? I want you to pause the video and give it a go. Okay, we've unpaused, which means you must have finished. Right, 6 oranges, and I want to go to 5. So it's the oranges that do the scaling. We go from 6 down to 1, and then back up to 5 again. Now, what bit of information have I got? That 6 is the same as £7.80. Okay, so how do I go from 6 down to 1? Well, all the oranges cost the same, so divide by 6. Do that to both sides of your ratio. You always do the same thing to both sides. Right, £7.80 divided by 6 means every orange is quite expensive. It is £1.30. And then how do I go from 1 up to 5? Well, it's just times by 5, isn't it? So we'll times this side by 5 as well, which is £6.50. Okay, hopefully you got that one right. Let's try another one. Okay, 2 questions here. Now be careful, because we're going to have to do this in 2 parts. £30 is equal to 36 euros. How many euros would I get if I have £40? But then how many pounds would I get if I had 60 euros? So you're going to scale, first of all, maybe scale up one side, either pounds or euros, and then you can scale up the other side, okay? 2 different questions. So pause the video and have a go. Okay, we've unpaused the video. let's do this. So how many euros would I get for £40? So I'm going to take £30 and scale it up to 40. So it's the £30 that does the scaling. We'll go from 30 down to 1, back up to 40. Okay, how do I go from 30 to 1? Well, you divide by itself. How do I go from £1 up to 40? Well, you times by the 40. Okay, so what information have we got here? This is 36 euros. So we're going to do the same as the other side. We divide by the 30, and then we're going to times by the 40. All right, okay, so in my calculator, 36 divided by 30, it says is 6/5. Well, that's 1.2. So in euros, that's €1.20. And then I'm going to times that by the 40 to get, dun, 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 48 euros. Okay, now this time I want to go from, let's just rub out my working out there. Done. Sound a little bit like a dolphin then. Okay, it's back to the blue pen. Right, so this time, how many pounds would I get for 60 euros? So that means I'm going from 36 euros to 60 euros. So this time it's the euros that are doing the scaling. So I'm going to start at 36, go down to 1, and then back up to 60. It's really important to know which side you're scaling. Now to go from 36 to 1, you just divide by itself, because 36 divided by 36 is 1. And then to scale it back up to 60, we need 60 lots of it, so times by 60. What information have I got? Well, we know 36 euros is £30, so let's go. Remember, what you do to one side, you've got to do to the other. So what is £30 divided by 36 euros? Well, it's 5/6. Oh, now, if I put that in my calculator, I get 0.83 recurring. Now, it's really, really important that I keep the full accuracy of that. I'm not going to retype 0.83 because that's not right. I'm going to leave the answer in my calculator and I'm going to press ANS. If you notice, there's a little button at the bottom that says ANS if you've got one of those nice scientific calculators. If you press that button and then put, what do we want to do? We want to times it by 60. Times by 60, it will use the previous answer. It will use 0.83 recurring, which means it'll be completely accurate. So when I times it by 60, I get exactly £50. So it's important, if you get a number like this, you need to use full accuracy. Just use your ANS button, stands for answer. Answer times by 60 gives you 50. Okay? Cool. Well done. Well, I want you to pause now. There are some questions for you to do, and then I'll put up the answers at the end. I'm not going to do the working out for these, so if you really do struggle, let me know, and then I'll see where we've gone wrong. Otherwise, I want you to work out on each one, what the answer is, write them down, unpause the video when you're done, and we'll check out the answers. So good luck, and off you go. Bonjour, welcome to the answers. Here come the answers then. So if you haven't done the answers yet, you need to press pause, because here they come. Ready, go. There's the answers to the first one. So one magazine is 40p. 5 would be £2. One pen is 30 pence. 4 pens, £1.20. 11 pens, £3.30. And the chocolate bars, how much do 9 chocolate bars cost? Well, that's £5.85. How much do 13 cost? That's £8.45. And lastly, how much did one book cost James? Well, that was £8. How much did one book cost Lily? 7. So who had the better deal? Well, obviously Lily did, because she only paid £7 per book. Okay? Right. Well done. If that didn't work, then obviously maybe go back over the video. Or if it's really bad, maybe you could do a little bit of working out, then get in contact with me and I'll find out what you did wrong. Just do some working out, send it to me, and I'll show you what you're doing wrong. Okay, otherwise, well done, and I'll see you next time.